You're watching Fox 10 Arizona Morning with Ron Hoon, Rick D'Amico, Andrea Robinson, Kristen Anderson, and Corey McCloskey in HD.
Here in the Phoenix area, a lot of people are still having trouble staying in their homes. Upside down is the word of the last couple of years. Coming up, we're going to tell you where you can get some help if you're facing foreclosure.
And if you're thinking about selling your house, Diane Ryan's going to tell us why you should start the process soon.
Hey, that's right. A lot of people really don't want a short sale, but some people just don't have a choice in that. But you may have a choice in when you should sell it and get the most for it. We'll have that story for you coming up.
Time for Realty Check, you guys. A group called Neighborhood Housing Services of Phoenix is holding an event today to help homeowners who risk losing their homes to foreclosure.
Yep.
Okay.
So the event, it's up on your screen right now, the whereabouts. It's being held at the Bashas store at 7th Street in Missouri from 10 to 11 a.m. Counselors are going to be there to talk to homeowners about their options and encourage them to schedule a free appointment with a certified foreclosure intervention counselor.
Okay, so full details on myfoxphoenix.com. Click on As Seen on TV. Now, if you're underwater or your home, underwater on your home, and I don't know what the percentage is, like 80, 90%, something like that here.
Everyone, it seems
Should you walk away, let the bank foreclose, or should you do a short sale?
Yep, those are really your only options these days if you can't traditionally sell your home.
Right.
Diane Ryan's live with the 3 reasons you should consider a short sale now rather than later. Hey, Dee.
Hey, good morning. Now, we are in a very nice neighborhood right off Tatum and 51st Street. And as you can see behind me, this house is a foreclosure home, so it is not up for a short sale. But there are a lot of people who feel that they may have to sell their homes and they may have to short sale it. So should they do it this year or should they wait? We have an expert with us this morning. We're talking to Dean Wagner, and this is really up your alley here. We're talking about one of the big reasons you say to probably sell it now is because of the Tax Forgiveness Act.
Correct. So if you sell your short sale or foreclosure home this year, if you lose your home in a distressed sale, you're exempt from the tax gain. So what that means is, let's say you forgave $100,000 in debt, you're in a 28% tax bracket, you would have to pay $28,000 in taxes. That's good. You're exempt from that until the end of this year. So going into next year, you're going to get hit with all that tax burden. So if you're thinking about doing a short sale or you're in foreclosure, you want to speed it up so it happens this year.
Okay. That's some good advice. And then you were talking about so few homes on the market now. What does that mean?
Well, we have a housing shortage. There's absolutely no doubt about it. There's only 13,800 homes for sale on the market. There's typically 5 to 15 offers on a house in the first day, and it's not unusual for a house to sell between 10 and 20% above list price. There was an article last week, home prices went up 20% in the last 12 months, and so people are aware of it. It's a third mix, so a third are investors, a third are out of state, and a third are primary residents. The problem is your first-time home buyers are getting squeezed right now, and so that $100,000 price range, those houses are on sale, they're on the market for hours, not days.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was such a bidding war these days.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so, there's dozens of, everyone that's working in housing has dozens of buyers looking for houses, and when they get a contract, it's like a celebration. It's like, how did you do it? Can you share the tactics? What happened? And, and some people are buying it sight unseen. They're offering, like I said, 10 to 20% above list price. They're, all cash offers, no contingencies, appraisal waivers. I mean, they're betting the farm basically to get these houses. It's just like 2005, but we have short sales and foreclosures. So, bring it on.
And the deals are probably a little bit better than they were back in 2005. And we're talking about listing your home for, say you were talking about, say you're 10 or 20% under it. Could you list your home even though you're under it for the full price?
Well, one thing about a hot market is you can really take advantage of it. So if you're upside down in your house by just a little bit, let's just say between 5 and 20%, you can list your house on the market for what you owe plus a little bit for closing costs and list it as cash only. This way, an investor is going to come in, pay all cash, and they've solved your upside down problem. So again, let's say you owe $100,000 on a house that's worth 90, list it for 100,000, all cash, and you get out of it. You preserve your credit, and guess what? You can go buy a house right now with no waiting, and interest rates just hit the 3rd time in world history last week.
Last question, who should not short sale their house?
Well, if you have a non-purchase money second, you can get sued, so you have to be very careful. So I think, you know, short sale if you want to move. That's just a fact. If you're going to stay there for a long time, stay in your house. We had 20% appreciation last year. We're probably going to have another 10 to 20%. So it'll fix itself in 3 to 5 years. But if you're happy, stay put. You know, that was your intent from the beginning. But if you want to move, right now it's red hot.
Okay, well, sir, thank you so much for talking to us. A lot of good, valuable information there. I had been reading that the market has really done much better this year than it has in the past year or two. So that is good news, I guess, for all of us, guys.
Hey, this was a good segment. This was good news.
It answered a lot of questions that people have.
Absolutely. Kind of got my spirits up a little higher.
Yeah.
As far as,
it sure did, yeah.
Yeah, if you're pretty close to your nut, or your, you know, what you owe, you might be able to sell your house.
Here's the thing.
And get a new house really fast.
A lot of buyers out there, investors especially, that have the cash to buy a cash-only house.
Now.
And that is so much faster than trying to go through the whole bank process. And it's way easier than buying a short sale. Because buying and selling a short sale, there's nothing short about it. Everyone I've ever talked to that's gone through it, I know they're trying to get better, but it's a pain, and I know it still saves you from having to face a foreclosure. So that's a good thing. But it's time consuming. It's a waiting process.